How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope that you guys are having a spectacular day. If you guys would please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button. That way you guys don't miss out on future videos or streams from my channel. You guys can also hang out with me on Discord at 6957, the Texas Man. And as always, we're going to be talking about positives and negatives, talking about a really old movie here in this video, The Last Starfighter. This film came out in 1984. It is rated PG. It's about an hour and 41 minutes long. On average, this film is going to cost you about $4 to rent, $14 to buy digitally. You can get this on disc, but it is extremely difficult. It's much easier if you just go to digital stores such as Google and find it that way. And this film follows Alex, and he ends up being recruited by an alien elite legion of fighters because of his skills in a video game. And Alex ends up leaving Earth and becomes a hero for hundreds of worlds, and he ends up having to defeat this evil armada and save the universe and all life within it. This is a great sci-fi film for all ages. It doesn't matter what age group you are in and what generation you are part of. You're going to enjoy this film. Yes, this film is like 40 years old by the time you watch this video and it gets released, but it's still fun. It's still a fun movie for sci-fi fans and even for video game nerds as well. The visuals, while they are somewhat dated in some parts of the film, I think the visual effects team did a great job. If you're watching this movie, realize this came out in 1984, so there are some things that are just not, 4K spectacular. There are certain parts of it that look like something from paper mache and some things that look like a Lego set, and it's probably because that's what they are. And just realize this came out in the 80s. It's not up to par with the technology that we have, but it's still a fun movie nonetheless. And the idea of an arcade game being used as a military recruiting tool, it's really cool. It's scary. It's really scary. But it's greatly implemented to how the characters and the plot, progresses and moves forward. The humor in the film is great. I actually laughed. I think the humor in this movie works really well. I was laughing constantly, especially towards the final act. But the humor does a great job. Also, not overshadowing the action sequences. It doesn't overshadow the love drama. It doesn't overshadow the stakes of what is happening on screen. There is a certain time for it to happen, and I think they did a great job implementing it perfectly. The film also focuses on human life and what it means to different people. And I think the action sequences are really well done. My two negatives I do want to discuss with this film, because unfortunately it's not a perfect 10 out of 10 like I was hoping it would be. So the first negative I want to talk about is that towards the hour mark, there is a slight dull spot where nothing really is happening. It's just characters are talking to each other and things are just happening for about 10-15 minutes. So if this got cut out in this little lull spot that's in the movie, I think it would have been a better connected film. The second negative I want to talk about is that there are several characters, they're just very two-dimensional. They lack development. And it's like you introduce this dude that wants to become the new emperor of the universe, and he just literally, towards the end of the movie, he gets betrayed by his entire armada, and he escapes, goes into an escape pod, and that is it. We don't even see where the escape pod goes to. He just gets into an escape pod, and it's presumed that it gets launched before the entire ship gets blown up, but we have no idea what happens to this character. There's another bunch of characters on Earth, and they're just, your typical, stereotypical horny teenagers, and I'm just like, okay, it's fine to have, I guess, 2 or 4 of them, but do we need 12? I found that to be very bizarre, just very bizarre. So overall, I think Last Starfighter is still a fun movie to watch if you're interested in watching an old classic that still has fun characters, good action, good plot, good humor, and an interesting adventure from start to finish with a very satisfying conclusion. And it does leave the door open, possibly for a sequel. Obviously, never happened, but I'm fine with that. It does a good job of having a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I would encourage you guys to check out this movie if you guys have not. If you're interested in something new, if you're a video game nerd or you're a big sci-fi fan like me, you're going to enjoy this movie. So overall, I'm going to give the last Starfighter from 1984 an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Look forward to more videos and streams coming out soon. Bye, guys.